If you're a high schooler, college student, or fresh employee who wants to Photoshop pics, make flyers, become a YouTuber, produce beats, or design graphics for $3.99, then this is perfect for you. All you need is a flash drive and a working Windows PC. We can access these pro-level tools by firing up a little hidden gem called Linux. Linux is a completely free operating system that runs free software. Android and Mac OS are both derived from Linux, so it should be familiar. These days, I find myself using Linux much more than Windows. It is faster, completely free, and less likely to get viruses. The Linux community is relatively small, but all share the same belief that software should be free to use for everyone. Hence the term Ubuntu. If you can overcome the following 2 catches, then you will be well on your way to editing your own photos, creating professional looking videos, and designing your own graphics and logos. 1. There is a learning curve, but since you're watching my channel, I'll assume you aren't afraid to learn. 2. Software can have occasional hiccups, so save your work often. Now let's get started. Step 1. Boot your PC. Very important step. Step 2. Insert a blank flash drive, 4 GB or higher. Step 3. Open your internet browser and download 2 things: Win32 Disk Imager and Ubuntu Studio ISO file. Links in description. Most users should download the 64-bit file, but if you bought your computer before 2010, download the 32-bit. Step 4. Go back to the control panel and search Power Options. Then search Change what the power buttons do. Then click Change settings that are currently unavailable. At the bottom, you should see Shutdown Settings. At the top of this menu, there should be a setting called Turn on Fast Startup. If you have Windows 8 or 10, make sure you uncheck this box. If you have Windows 7 or earlier, don't worry about this. Step 5. Go back to the control panel and search Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions. Step 6. Find Drive C and select Shrink Volume. Don't worry, your Windows files will be safe. Whatever you shrink your volume down to will be the amount of space your new operating system will have. I recommend 20 GB. This is what you type into the bar. You're halfway done. Step 7 is to install Win32 Disk Imager. Follow the steps as shown. Step 8 is to burn the Ubuntu Studio ISO image to your flash drive. Don't worry, you can still use your flash drive after you're finished. Open up Win32 Disk Imager and find the ISO image that you downloaded. It should be in your Downloads folder. Now click this button and voila! Your image is burned to the disk. You'll know that it worked by going to My Computer and seeing a disk with an oddly small amount of memory like this. Step 9. Save any unfinished work and restart your computer. Step 10. The boot screen will pop up. Press whichever key accesses the boot menu. Mine is F12. For most computers, it's either Escape, F10, or F12. Step 11. Now that you are in the boot menu, your computer will ask you to select the boot device. Select your USB drive or UEFI as the boot device. The cool thing about Linux is that you can actually run it directly from a flash drive. You can play around with the software first to make sure you want it, but we're going to install it onto your PC permanently. This video is about to get ugly. Step 12. If you've decided to join the Linux squad, click Install Fully. Be very careful. If you select the wrong letter here, you could lose all of your files. Be sure to find the empty disk partition with the amount of space you chose from step 6. I know I went through this part quickly, so I'll leave links in the description to thorough walkthroughs. After this, simply install fully and shazam! Ubuntu Studio in all of its glory is at your fingertips. When you restart your computer, you will be brought into what's called the grub menu. From here, you'll have to select Windows Boot Manager if you want to access Windows. If you want to revive your flash drive, simply go back to Windows, open the command prompt, then type diskpart, then type list disk, then select your USB drive indicated by the amount of memory it has and type clean. Now go to My Computer and make sure it's restored to normal. Follow these steps very carefully and you will be up and running in around 30 to 45 minutes. Like I said, there is a learning curve for using this software, but there are tons of tutorial videos on the internet as well as a community of folks who will gladly share their hard-earned knowledge. Stay tuned for more how-tos on software usage. There are a few other ways to install Linux, such as using virtual machines, but it's important to note that you will not get the full power of your computer without dual booting. If you don't dual boot, you'll be much slower for resource-heavy tasks like video editing and 3D modeling. Congratulations, you just dual booted Windows and Linux together on your PC. Go tell your friends how smart you are. Please comment and subscribe. Also, if you miss a step and fry your PC, then I or Fascinate cannot assume any liability for damages.